A small fish darts into a hole in the coral. A dark shape descends to the bottom, breaking the cool silence with a stream of bubbles. The diver swims to the coral and begins measuring. Hundreds of miles away, in water that is hundreds of feet deeper, a group of divers in bulky gear work on an oil rig, in dark, still water, much different than the warm, sunlit tropics where the coral is present. And on dry land, a diver is giving an interview, talking about the ways that you can help the ocean. Diving Deeper, an exploration of the scientific, military, and other impacts of scuba diving, by Wesley Homan. Scuba diving has many uses, from scientific diving, where scientists can study and research in ways impossible on dry land, to saturation diving, where highly qualified and skilled divers work hundreds of feet under the water to fix and maintain deep-sea machinery. Diving even helps us restore and protect our oceans. Since the invention of scuba, it has attracted brilliant minds, passionate environmentalists, and daring adventure seekers. People have gone to the bottom of lakes, the dark recesses of dangerous, winding caves, the peaceful underworld of the mysterious and chaotic ocean, and countless other places people would never have been able to visit or study without the invention of scuba. Breathing underwater has fascinated humans for centuries. From the earliest diving bells to submarines, people have produced many ways to explore the ocean. Though it was predicted quite accurately by Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was published in 1870, scuba was only invented by Emile Gagnon and Jacques-Yves Cousteau in 1943. The invention of scuba played a vital role in the development of marine biology and helped us learn what we know about the ocean frontier today. Scuba was invented by Emile Gagnon and Jacques-Yves Cousteau in 1943. However, people produced many ways to breathe underwater before that and had used them for centuries. While the technology of scuba is relatively new, the idea of breathing underwater is not, and has inspired many different inventions over the centuries. The beginning of diving was of necessity and survival. Early humans used to dive when collecting food from oceans or bodies of water. Archaeologists have proven that many early civilizations in Denmark and Sweden ate substantial amounts of oysters. As oysters are found under the water, it is safe to assume that they were among the first of the ancient divers. The classical era brought about the refined civilizations of the Greek and Roman empires, and diving became a way for some to make a living. Since it was so much easier to catch fish in nets, diving was used to harvest sea sponges, which both the Greeks and Romans used as a personal hygiene product, and the Romans used them often in their famous baths. Divers also harvested pearls used in jewelry and decorations. Divers were also employed and used in combat. For example, in 49 BCE, Caesar's army was following Pompeius's fleet on their journey to Egypt. During the trip, Pompeius's fleet tried to attack the port of Oricum, but the entrance of the harbor was blocked by ships sunk with stones. So, Pompeius used divers to remove the blockade so they could sail in and conquer the harbor. The invention of true scuba gear led to scientific discoveries and was used in many studies about the ocean. The co-inventor of modern scuba, Jacques Cousteau, did many experiments with the scuba equipment he invented. One such experiment was the invention of a two-person submarine called the diving saucer. It was only Cousteau and a few others who conducted experiments with scuba at first, because it was only them who possessed the necessary scuba equipment. It is also for this reason that there was no recreational scuba diving at this time, as the scuba equipment was expensive and new. But as more studies were conducted on scuba, and the technology became cheaper and more widespread, recreational diving slowly grew in popularity. Scuba had an immediate impact on military technologies and the scientific understanding of maritime environments. Once the use of scuba in combat was recognized, it quickly became an essential part of militaries all over the world. While we have already established that diving was used in warfare before the invention of scuba, the invention of scuba completely revolutionized and broadened scuba's use in warfare. This is due to the fact that divers were suddenly able to stay underwater for a lot longer than they had previously been able to, and had the maneuverability that was never before possible with prior underwater breathing devices. Diving bells had the disadvantage of being big and immobile, making them useless for sneaking around or attacking underwater. Other hose-based systems were better, but because the diver was tethered by the hose, they were still not stealthy and had a noticeably short range. Scuba diving served a variety of military purposes. Since divers could stay underwater for long periods of time, they were used to salvage ships and submarines for militaries all over the world. And with the invention of the rebreather, which created no bubbles, scuba was used in operations where going undetected was of the utmost importance, such as the combat swimmers of World War II who removed obstacles like bombs in preparation for invasions. Scuba also led to new discoveries in marine science. Because scuba allows scientists to observe aquatic ecosystems and animals in their natural element, it helped scientists study the behavior of different organisms in the wild and allowed them to really start to understand the world beneath the water. Scuba also allowed scientists to interact with marine environments in ways never before possible, allowing them to carry out experiments underwater and with their own hands. This has allowed scientists to monitor marine environments such as coral and help preserve them and monitor their growth. The development of scuba has had an enormous impact beyond the oceans. Its use has helped humans interact with the health of the planet and drives thriving recreational and scientific communities. Scuba diving has played a large role in keeping our oceans clean. However, this is no more thanks to scuba than the communities it creates. The scuba diving community is one that is intertwined with the ocean and naturally revolves around a deep love for our oceans and everything in it. And this love, this passion for our oceans, provides the fuel for everything that these communities do, and it is these communities that do everything. They take photos to inspire others to care about our oceans. They clean and keep our oceans healthy as they dive, and there are even dives called reef cleanup dives devoted entirely to this. And they help teach the next generation of divers and everyone they meet about the beauty and fragility of our oceans and how they can preserve, protect, and participate. Scuba diving has forever changed what we know about our oceans. Scuba diving has led to countless discoveries and has helped progress and revolutionize the field of marine biology. It even helped create such inventions as the submarine and the underwater scooter. Since its invention in 1943, scuba has played a vital role in the field of marine biology and has become a unique tool for everyone from scientists to soldiers and everybody in between. The frontier of scuba is a fantastical one, reaching everywhere from caves to open ocean, science to war, and linking the distant past to the future. The impact it has had on our knowledge of the subaquatic world is almost immeasurable, and it will undoubtedly be a vital tool for marine science and exploration for years to come.